y'all know what I don't really like. That I thought the window was open. That people will look back at their relationships in the past and be like, oh, wow, I can't believe I didn't see that. Oh, this person I was with, they were kind of stinky. But like when I was with them, I thought they were great. And like, I have 3 things to say about this. I love how I don't really make any sense when I do these vids, but it don't matter. But people would be like, firstly, yeah, that's normal. You're not gonna notice everything when you're in there, because at the time you just be like, type beat. So you're not gonna see like everything for how it is, but also at the same time, second point, you gotta notice you were probably stinky winky as well. Maybe even funky wonky perhaps, but you gotta realize that if you're just now thinking about, oh my god, they weren't as lit fully as I thought, you were also not that lit, bro. Like, what did you do, bro? Talk about they're not lit, bro. You're tripping. But most of all, I want to bring up a new point that I'm sure it's not new, but like new to me. That like, maybe it's not actually that they're not lit or that they weren't lit during that time, but more of the fact that you're no longer monsters? Monsters? You know monsters, no monsters. We good. My fault, yo, I thought I heard a monster, but we good. Anyway, maybe it's not necessarily that they weren't lit then, but more so the fact that you're thinking back on it and you're like, damn, I don't have them anymore. And you're no longer seeing them through the goggle of, oh my gosh, this is my person. And you're now seeing this through the goggle of, I don't have them anymore. And you more see them as an actual human being, as you're supposed to, but instead of seeing them as just a whole entire human being, you're dead-eye focused on the negative parts, because you already spent so much time seeing all of the positive parts of them. So now, you're not just seeing them for what they are. In fact, you're not seeing them for what they are. You're just seeing the negative parts that you missed in. So you're actually putting them below what they actually are, because you're now seeing all the negative all at once. So you're just catching the bad parts and being like, they must have not been that good. But that's just wrong. They're actually a whole entire human being with good and bad and in between and all that. So I think that's a little bit whack, but you're also being like, oh, they're not the one for me no more. The one, they wouldn't argue with me about when I would eat up all the apples in the house or something like that, bro. I don't know what your vices are, bro. Sometimes people be eating too many apples, but no, yeah, I just think that's something crazy that people talk about. I also kind of hate it when, like, let's say like you're in like a teenage relationship, everything was great, like compared to most teenage relationships, and then like afterwards, your parents or like your friends are like, oh, I always knew they were trouble. It's like, no, they never were, bro. You're tripping. You're like projecting what you think I'm gonna think onto yourself, back onto me. That's a few layers of projection, but you're like trying to get into my mindset that you think I have, but I don't. And you're like, oh, I knew there were drama. It's like, they weren't though, and you don't know, so shh. You do not know this, it is not true. So, I'm in Newfoundland, bro. I'm in Newfoundland. That's pretty crazy, bro. Who trying to pull up on me? Parents aren't home. They'll probably be home in like an hour, though. Anyway, I gotta go poop. So it's gonna be it for now. But you let me know what you're thinking, and shout out to all the newfies in the chat. In the chat, okay. Let's go. Bet. All right. Bye bye.